Hey, Tammy-Lynn from Health, Wellness, Lifestyle TV. I am so excited about today's show. The motivation came from my travels when someone overseas said to me, well, what's Canadian food? And I had to think about it. I mean, I'm French, I'm Ukrainian, I'm Norwegian, all those things we cook, but is that truly Canadian? And what makes Canadian food? So I started doing some research and found a forager, a gentleman who goes into the bush and picks and pulls the most amazing product for typically local high-end chefs are using these ingredients, and I thought, well, you know what? We can use it too. And the best part is that it's free and it's in our backyard. I personally don't trust my own instincts to pull stuff out of the wild and eat it myself. So I hired a gentleman out of Kelowna called the Kelowna Forager. He was on his way to Vancouver with a bunch of his wares to sell to local restaurants, and I was able to get a bunch of stuff myself. So today, we're gonna start today's episode with spruce tips. Now, spruce tips come in spring after the frost. The tree will start producing these beautiful tips. You can notice them, they're very bright green compared to the dark green of the actual tree. And they've been eaten for thousands of years. And so I'm taking this today and trying it in a bunch of different formats. I'm gonna be doing a salt, I'm gonna be doing a syrup. This one in particular excites me. It is a syrup that I was able to purchase last year, and this is what it's ultimately gonna look like after months of macerating and the flavors coming out and going into the sugar. But we'll start from the very beginning. So what we're gonna do is, if you're lucky enough to get some spruce tips, you can actually get them frozen as well from some people. We're gonna do 2.5 cups of spruce tips to 2 cups of brown sugar. It's important that you use the brown sugar, not the white. The molasses is in the brown. I've been told that's a very important thing to do. So let's start with 2.5 cups of these beautiful spruce tips. They smell citrusy, they smell like a bit of a fresh but soft version of a Christmas tree. They're super high in vitamin C, so they're very, very good for you. So that's 1 cup, 2 cups, just another 1/2 cup in here. The smell is fantastic. 2.5 cups of the spruce tips. We're gonna do 2 cups of brown sugar. You know me, I'm not a super big fan of sugar, but in this case, it's gonna be used for things like pancakes. You can use it on top of ice cream. You can drizzle it on any type of dessert. You can put it inside of lemonade for its sweetener. So a little bit of sugar doesn't hurt anybody. So we'll put 2 cups in here, and then we're gonna mix it all together in the bowl. I found it so interesting. One of the reasons why I was interested in spruce tips was I went for a walk through my local neighborhood. It's a beautiful tree-lined area in Vancouver, and I saw these beautiful tips growing, and I remembered reading a story on my Instagram feed about this guy in Kelowna who pulls this stuff for a living. And I thought, you know what? Let me get him to do the hard work, which he did. We kept in touch all spring, and he came back with this beautiful product. Okay, so let's mix this all together. I'm just gonna use my hands, make it a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and put this in here. We're going to, along the way, push it down as well. I'm super excited to do this because I know what the end result tastes like, and it tastes fantastic. You can do it all at the top. 2 months, and it should be ready, and it'll end up being a beautiful golden syrup like this. Once the juices, the liquids start releasing, the oil start releasing from the actual spruce tip, it becomes liquefied, and the whole process creates a beautiful syrup. It goes into a pot. We remove the spruce tips, we boil it down, and the brownness comes from the brown sugar and the caramel. Now let's put this aside and try doing it as a I want to eat it now syrup. And I'll show you to do that right after the next break.